Today I'm going to be reviewing this RC helicopter from Syma, and this is going to be the S107G metal series. I do sell a variety of different RC helicopters, but that's the one that this one is going to be. So I'm going to go and open it up, show you what you're going to get inside, and then I'm going to test it out as well. So this is everything that you're going to get in the box. So you're going to get the remote. It will be in here, but mine was almost halfway out when I pulled it out of the box. Going to get the RC helicopter, of course. Going to get the instructions. And then on the back of here, you're actually going to get the plug-in for this RC helicopter also. To take the RC helicopter off of this styrofoam, you're just going to unwrap this here. It's almost like a twist tie. And you're going to undo both of those to disconnect it. So don't just try and pull it out. You'll probably end up breaking something. We'll want to make sure you untie those in the back. So let me go ahead and do that. Now that I got that out, the next thing you're going to do for this S107G metal series is put batteries in the remote. Now this is going to take 6 AA batteries. Yes, 6 of them. So you will need to make sure that if you're purchasing this as a gift for someone, that you include the batteries. I do wish Syma would actually make all of their remotes rechargeable like they do their RC helicopters, but for some reason they haven't chosen to do this. I'm assuming it's just to kind of keep the cost of their products lower, but personally I would prefer if it just everything came rechargeable, not just you had to find your batteries around your house. So let me go ahead and grab some batteries, put those in, and then we'll test this airplane out. Now I did want to mention before I actually tested out how to charge this. So that yellow charger that's on the back of the styrofoam, that's actually just going to plug right into this side here where it just says CHA on there. That's where it's going to just plug right in, and then you just plug it into like any phone or tablet box that will plug into your wall and charge. To turn this on, you're just going to flip it over to the other side, and that's where you're going to have your on-off switch right there. Once you have it on and off, or have it on, then that light is going to come on. Now I'm going to take my remote control. I'm going to turn it on. Once that's on, it should turn green. And then normally you're going to have to push this up and down once. That will allow it to connect. And then once that's done, then now you can see here, that area here probably, the helicopter is going to move. Let me go and zoom out a little bit so you can see that process. You can see here I'm just inside. This is an indoor RC helicopter, but they do also sell outdoor ones, and you can even use these indoor ones outside. As long as you're careful with them, don't use them in large amounts of wind or near trees, that sort of thing. So let me go ahead and show you what it looks like when it takes off. So you can kind of see it hovering there. One issue that is relatively common with these RC helicopters, kind of fell on the ground here. One issue that's relatively common is you do have to trim them, meaning you do have to set it so it's not going to rotate, not going to move here and there. And so that is something that will probably need to be done with this RC helicopter as well, so it doesn't constantly go up and down and, crash into things. One last thing I did want to mention about this Syma S107G metal series is the fact that this is going to be a relatively small RC helicopter. So you can see here, it's about the length of my hand. I will grab a tape measure just to give you the actual measurements on this one. So the actual length of this, from the front of the propeller to the back of the tail, is going to be about 9 inches. And then the width, assuming you're not including the blades themselves, it's just going to be about 1.5 inches across the bottom in regards to the width. So definitely a really small RC helicopter. Syma does recommend this for ages 14 and up, and I would probably concur. Because you have to trim it, because it is difficult to actually control this, it's not as simple as just take off and then hover and then that sort of a thing. It is a little bit more difficult to control. So you're probably going to want to do something like this for older children, teenagers, even young adults as well, rather than trying to get it for, say, a preteen or even a little bit younger. There's many different RC remote control or RC remote control cars or RC helicopters, even drones that can be handled by younger children. This one from Syma, the S107G, is not one of those, unfortunately. So just something to keep in mind.